right, man. Joe Rogan and Stephen A. Smith got a little beef going on right now. And, potholes even in the suburbs. They got a little beef going on right now. Joe Rogan got mad at Stephen A. Smith for basically, a few comments he made about Conor McGregor and the Daniel Cowboy Cerrone fight. He got mad because he called Cerrone a quitter and said that Conor McGregor didn't show much that night in 40 seconds, and Joe Rogan took exception to that. So let's talk a little bit about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate everybody that showed love to the channel, man. Just keep sharing the videos, the best way to help out. But yeah, I put this in the MMA playlist, and like I said before, Stephen A. Smith represents a casual combat sports fan, and he wasn't the only one that was mad and pissed off about that fight. But you know what? Had he said that about Tyron Woodley or John Jones or something like that, that wouldn't hurt. Or he said about Khabib, that wouldn't hurt. All right, because he said it about Conor McGregor, it hurt. But don't forget, Nate Diaz also tweeted out the fight was a setup as well. He said that fight was fixed. He said that. And, basically Stephen A. Smith said that Conor McGregor didn't show him much. You know what I'm saying? And he said he came out and clarified it. And I put all this in the description so you can check these videos out individually. He came out and responded to Joe Rogan and said he meant he didn't show me much that can change my mind against Khabib. All right? He said, I didn't see nothing that's going to tell me that he can beat Khabib. And he was right on, in my opinion. I ain't the most knowledgeable MMA fan. I'm still learning. But last time I checked, in my Nipsey Hussle voice, that Cowboy Cerrone lost his last 2 fights. That's a fact. They said, oh, you can't disrespect him. He got the most wins in UFC history. He ain't never won a belt. You know what I'm saying? So, basically Stephen A. Smith was saying that he didn't show him much. As far as he clarified that as far as the litmus test against Khabib, he still think Khabib will whoop him. Conor McGregor ain't won a UFC fight, I believe, in 3 years. And then a point about him quitting was that, basically, this guy put his life on the line. And I agree. You can't call nobody a quitter who suffered a broken orbital bone, which Stephen A. Smith didn't know at the time or whatever, and all that. So at the end of the day, I agree with him. I don't like when people, fans, call guys quitters. Even if that's the reality of it, that he quit, who am I to tell somebody that's taking all that pain and punishment, that possibly he gonna lose his eye or possibly lose his life trying to entertain me? Nah. If you feel like you had enough punishment and you gave us, rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds, that's your prerogative, man. I quit that. I'm not calling nobody a quitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, and if I do, I don't mean it in a malicious way. You know what I'm saying? And so he got mad at him, but really sparked it off. And I'm gonna put this video in the beginning with Stephen A. Smith hitting the mitts. That's what really sparked it off. Because Stephen A. Smith was looking terrible throwing an uppercut on the mitt. But he clarified that too. He said this is when I was coming off rotator cuff surgery. So his shoulder was messed up. So when he was hitting the mitts like that, and I'm gonna put it in the beginning of the video if I remember, when he was hitting the mitts like that, Stephen A. Smith said he was coming off rotator cuff surgery. So it kind of makes sense. It's kind of why I wasn't making fun of it, but people gonna make fun of Stephen A. Smith. And do he do his tap dancing and stuff? Yeah, he got to, because when he got fired from ESPN before and they brought him back, he was being too militant. He was being too black on air, so they had to bring him back. And now he's the highest grossing, the highest paid, color commentator or whatever you want, broadcaster on ESPN. But at the end of the day, Joe Rogan, he acting like he's some big aficionado or something like that. Nigga's a stand-up comedian. He's a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he maybe got in there and did his thing, but last time I checked, he ain't got no MMA fights. He acting like he in there, going to town on people and stuff of that nature, like he got some wins under his belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You a guy that was a stand-up comedian that talk a lot of shit over the course of time. But you know what? I'm tired of clear people telling black people what they can and what they can't do. Well, once you go gorilla check Nate Diaz that said the fight was a setup. They always quick to tell us, oh, you can't say, y'all need to do this. Y'all, you worry about you. Stephen A. Smith got opinion, just like millions of casual fans out there. You know what I'm saying? That brother that was standing next to y'all in the video, what he know about MMA? Joe Tessitore, what do he know about boxing? You know what I'm saying? You only get mad at Stephen A. Smith because he said about Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is the most overrated combat sports athlete of all time, probably. Or one of them. Most overrated. Quit. Tapping out. Whatever you want to say he did. Tapped out versus Nate Diaz, bro. Sit here and busted and messed up a whole event, throwing a chair through a bus and splattering glass in people's eyes. Went up there on a racial tyrant during the Floyd Mayweather fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, smashed a fan phone in Miami, punched the old man at the bar. Imagine if Floyd Mayweather was doing that. Imagine if Andre Ward was doing that. Imagine if John Jones, Tyron Willie, Usman, Khabib, he was being totally racist against Khabib. And they tried to vilify Khabib. See, when you say stuff about Conor McGregor, then they get mad at you. Clear people get mad at you, bro. That's what it's truly about, because he told the truth about Conor McGregor. You be the guy who never won the belt, a guy moving up, and Conor McGregor moving up a weight, fighting a bigger guy, and he lay down like that. Like, come on, man, Cowboy Cerrone, you know what I'm saying? Apparently to other people, you know, he ain't that good. This was a glorified tune-up for Conor McGregor. But does it tell me does that make me believe that he gonna beat Khabib again? No. Okay, he showed a shimmy shake or whatever, a shoulder shimmy shake. He showed that. Cool. But do I think he gonna beat Khabib? Some people don't want to give Khabib his credit. Conor McGregor is the modern Rocky Marciano, Gary Cooney. He the great white hope. That's all he is. He ain't that good. He ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to vilify Stephen A. Smith for saying that. But he said that about any fighter of color, they wouldn't have had no problem with it. I'm telling you. Joe Rogan wouldn't have come out there. Joe Rogan, one of those, he's a racist too. You know what I'm saying? Forget Joe Rogan. You know, he's trying to sit here and sit on his pedestal like he was the greatest MMA aficionado, greatest MMA fighter of all time. Shut up. And I don't really even care for Stephen A. Smith like that. If you watch my channel, I don't really care for him like that. But like I said before, he got an opinion. But I can see if that opinion was so far-fetched and so far off, other casual UFC fans are saying it. Just like Joe Rogan up there to be the aficionado, and you got a guy up there that's supposed to be kind of the bridge, the black guy that was kind of commentating and kind of, you know, mediating between Stephen A. Smith and the other reporters and stuff, or the other people on TV. Stephen A. Smith represents the casual combat sport fan. And without casual fans, UFC, boxing is nothing. No sport is nothing without casual fans. Casual fans make up the large percentage of fans. And the pay-per-view was a disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy Cerrone, you know, people probably had some type of expectations that he might go a round or two, but he went 40 seconds, and being the bigger man, the smarter man moving up, and you lay down like that. It is what it is. But, you know, I'm tired of clear people trying to tell the brothers what to do. You know what I'm saying? Let Stephen A. Smith have his opinion. He only got mad because of Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor overrated as a sportsman anyway. They trying to erase that he ain't never get his butt kicked by Khabib. He trying to erase that he got choked out by Nate Diaz and then ran in the other fight from Nate Diaz. Man, he ain't the greatest MMA sports fighter of all time. Get the hell up out of here, man. But y'all know what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business questions, queries, sponsorship, video questions. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, there. Best way to donate is share the video. Check out our MMA sports playlist. Appreciate the love, support. We gone.
Mad respect to Joe Rogan. Nothing but respect for the man and the tremendous work that he has done and will continue to do throughout the years and for years to come. But you're wrong on this one, my man. Me, Stephen A. Smith, me being at the Conor McGregor fight against Cowboy Cerrone, saying what I said, that he didn't show us much in 40 seconds, that warrants. It's not good for the sport. It's not good for me. It's not good for ESPN. First of all, as it pertains to ESPN, check the numbers. The subscribers to ESPN Plus, the level of attention that it got, the traffic that it generated in digital and beyond. Check the numbers, number one. That's not just because of me, that's because of you. Because of Ariel, because of Chael, because of Michael Bisping, and everybody else associated with it. Check the numbers, number one. Not good for the sport? I think that's good for the sport. I certainly don't claim to be the aficionado you are or anybody else covering this sport, but excuse me, I have been a reporter for 25 years. I have covered sports on a variety of competitive levels, regardless of what the sport is. That includes boxing and the UFC. And I don't give a damn if I did it. It don't take much to look at 3 shoulder shots to the nose that Conor McGregor gave Cowboy Cerrone, watching him fold inside of 20 seconds, knowing that he only got 1 strike off, and oh, by the way, that was blocked by Conor. It doesn't take much to look at the fight and say, excuse me, I didn't see enough to convince me that Conor in a rematch against Nurmagomedov, that wouldn't cut it. Or in a fight against Masvidal, that wouldn't cut it. Because that's what you judge greatness by. It's not just the fight that they're in, it's who they're about to go against. What are we talking about here? We're talking about Conor McGregor against one of those 2 guys potentially next. So you look at him and you say, excuse me, did I see enough? After such a long layoff, losing to Nurmagomedov, and before that an exhibition boxing match against Floyd Money Mayweather. Did you see enough? Hell no, we didn't see enough. Nothing wrong with that. I stated that night. I stated again. I'll state it next week, next month, next year. I stand by that. And I don't think disagreeing with that position warrants the kind of criticism that came in my direction. Having said that, you're entitled. You have your right, just like I have my right to respond, as I'm doing right now. But anytime you want to talk to me about this fight, or you want to talk to me about my credentials to discuss something in the world of sports, name the time and place, Joe Rogan, I'll show up. It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. You don't know me, so I'm not going to knock you for speaking out the way you spoke out without calling me. I don't care about all of that. I respect where you're coming from. You're just wrong on this particular one. And I'm telling you, you're wrong. Conor McGregor did not get the opportunity to show us enough for us to believe Nurmagomedov or Masvidal, that's something that could potentially happen to them. I didn't see it because Cowboy Cerrone in his first pay-per-view match folded. I respect him, but he folded like a cheap tin. Period. Bad night for him. That's all. I stand by that. I'm going to still stand by that. I'll holler at y'all later. Joe Rogan, if you need me. You know.